So this is a story that you guys have requested in the comments for a while, and Amir and I decided it was finally time to talk about Kesha's comeback with her new album, Rainbow, coming out.
Finally giving in.
Well, no, I thought for a while I was seeing in the comments like, are you going to talk about Kesha's album? Or are you going to talk about the video Praying? I mean, there's so much symbolism in that video, and I know we're a little bit late to the game, but I do think that it is as timely as ever to talk about Kesha's comeback. We obviously detailed the allegations and the trial against Dr. Luke and all that stuff going on. So let's talk about her comeback.
Let's do it.
People are celebrating this new album that's coming out. So this is her first album in nearly 5 years following the lawsuit against Dr. Luke in 2014. She accused him of sexual assault, among other allegations. Now, what's worth noting with this new album, Rainbow, is that she did not work directly with Dr. Luke, though it is being released through his Kemosabe label with his, quote, approval, according to a statement from his spokesperson. But Rainbow is definitely a departure from the Kesha, Dr. Luke collaborations that we've known in the past. And a lot of people are saying to the absolute strength of this album. Some of you guys may have already seen the video for Praying. I made Amir watch it just before we went to tape. So Amir, get your reaction on that.
It was wonderful.
It's so good,
the
right?
The video, the song,
yeah,
everything.
She's been releasing.
Looks great. She sounds amazing.
And it sounds so authentic and raw.
It does.
I honestly was very underwhelmed by the album Warrior. Do you remember when that one came out?
No.
It was, yeah, I mean, some people loved it. I did not hate it. I was very underwhelmed by it. And I feel like this
feels like a comeback, a real comeback. It feels like she is doing what she wants to do.
She collaborates with the likes of Dolly Parton on this one. She's
from Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Or something?
I mean, she has like some funk collaboration. Like the genre, the musical genres that she explores here are totally across the board, are totally true to who Kesha is as an artist that I think we kind of moved away from. We saw her as
she went from TikTok to well,
TikTok is a jam.
Art.
TikTok is a jam, but then it became sort of derivative in her later work. It is such a jam.
I'm not denying that it's a jam.
But then there were sort of songs that felt a little bit derivative of TikTok.
Like, based on everything that's happened that we know of now,
right?
I can't listen to those songs anymore. I mean, I couldn't listen to those songs before either, but now even more so now. Did she even want to do those things?
It sort of feels like a new artist. This album feels like a new artist. She's getting rave reviews across the board, so that's very exciting. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. But what we wanted to talk about too is an artist's comeback.
Yeah.
The likes of which we are anticipating from Kesha, with all the great reviews. How do you do it? How is she making this insane comeback? It's a hard thing to do. And another
Iggy Azalea should take notes. That's a comeback, right? When her album comes out, that's a comeback.
If her new album comes out and does well,
Lord.
So this is what we were sort of talking about.
What's the criteria?
What is the criteria for a comeback? So obviously Kesha was away for she didn't release an album for 5 years. That to me is a comeback. Now, in the case of Lorde, I think she's one of those very private artists that just takes time in between albums, not unlike, I know they're very different, Adele, who kind of disappears. She releases an album and she's everywhere and she does all these like fun skits and carpool karaoke and all that stuff. And then she just disappears and lays low. Sort of like Ed Sheeran. That waiting period, that sort of cool off period is, I think, different than making a comeback. I think a comeback is when someone has lost the limelight without intention. Like they did not want to duck out of the limelight, but something happened and they're just forgotten. And then they are able to come back into the limelight. I think a comeback would be, well, Aaron Carter's been in the news. Like if Aaron Carter, he's been in the news, unfortunately not for great musical reviews. He's been in the news because he came out as bisexual, or at least having an interest in relationships with men and going through a breakup, and then there was a DUI as well. But if he were to, given all that, if he were to come out with a fire album, that would be a mega comeback. Because that's someone that we've sort of counted out. And I think for a while, people counted out Kesha because the lawsuit and the allegations going back and forth, which for the record, Dr. Luke has vehemently denied all of them. We counted her out. We thought that there was no way that she was gonna be able to make music again. And a lot of people were saying that if she does make music again, she won't do it with Dr. Luke, but then there's this contractual obligation. How is she gonna do it? And now we've seen her surmount all of that stuff to put out a great record. That's what I think makes this a comeback.
So I think that's one of the most important things in making a comeback. You have to reinvent yourself, more or less, and come with something completely fresh in you that reinvigorates your name.
Yeah, I would say that Lady Gaga.
She made a comeback?
I think she made a comeback with Joanne because, you know,
so different from
yeah. And also art pop was not the success that I think she and all of her fans want it to be. It was the reception wasn't great for art pop.
What was the one before that? Monster?
I can't remember.
Her first one. Art pop felt like it was trying to do more of that, but it just wasn't.
Well, no, it was Born This Way, and then it was Art Pop, and then before that, it was the Fame Monsters.
The Fame Monster.
Is that what it was? Something, and then there was like an EP.
Born This Way was good, but then Art Pop felt like it wasn't.
It just wasn't there. It wasn't at the same level. And unfortunately, with I think with the attention spans of so many people when it comes to pop music in this day and age, is that if you don't have that, the musical like songs there, if you don't have the songs there, the musical songs, what other sort of songs are there? Then people's attention will just sort of will fade, and then it becomes like you need another fire album. You need to have a comeback, and I think that's what we sort of saw with Iggy Azalea. Now I know that she's obviously going up against a whole other thing, some of which are self-induced factors for her to go up against, but there wasn't like a huge single for the album Digital Distortion to get that major boost in release.
Iggy should come out with a country album next.
I mean, who knows? Look at how Kesha, like Praying is not what we thought the Kesha comeback would be. If you had asked me what sort of a song she would come out with following all of this, I would not have predicted Praying. And then I heard it and I saw the video and I was like, oh, this is what we all needed from her. And it's such a huge song, it's going to sort of propel her into a mega album release. Do you think that Justin Bieber? No, Purpose was huge, so that's not a comeback. No. It's so weird, like what qualifies for someone to even make a comeback? I don't think we're that, most of the time I think the public is not that forgiving. You don't even give them that chance to have a comeback.
Who was really big like a few years ago that hasn't had anything out in a while? Maybe like Mike Posner.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like the kind of comeback guy.
Who was the guy that sang that song Dynamite? I came to Teo Cruz. Where has he been? Where has he been? No, literally
come back.
No, come back. No one in this studio can answer. Yeah.
Give us, I want to hear from the comments.
Yeah, who should be making a comeback?
Yeah.
Who should be making a comeback in the comment section below? Who should be making a comeback? Who has made an incredible comeback? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.